Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. And I know it's been a couple of weeks, but I was going to go over my menu for this coming week. Actually, it started yesterday. If this is your first time here, my name is Renee, and I'm in the Thumb of Michigan, and I like to do videos on canning, vintage recipes, baking, and menu planning, and using my pantry. Just life here at Pike Creek Farm. And thank you so much for joining me today. I started last month going over my menus and how I prepare and use my pantry and stick to a menu, or try to. I'm not perfect with it, but I try. So a couple of weeks, it's been deer hunting and our son's been here and I haven't done the menu planning. I've had it. I had a list of menu items that I knew that we had in the house and that the guys liked, and I would say, what do you want? And we went through most of that list. It really worked out well. But I do have a list for this week, including our Thanksgiving menu. So I thought I would go over it with you. And I wanted to get this up yesterday, but I didn't. But yesterday we had pheasant that was cooked in the crock pot and a garlic mushroom cream sauce. And it was really good. We had it with rice and broccoli. And it turned out really good. The pheasant was very flavorful and tender. And it was a really nice meal for putting on after church. And it was done then early, when it was early dinner time. And I will have to do a video because it'd be great with chicken. It'd be great with pork, I think, too. It was just really good. And I will definitely have to do a video. Tonight, we're going to have barbecue beef and sweet potatoes in the air fryer, I think. I have some sweet potatoes that are not big round ones, but like narrow or long ones. And probably a side salad to go with that. I probably won't have mine on a bun, but Jim probably will. There should be enough left over for lunch tomorrow. And I am actually using canned beef, but not beef that I canned. I'm going to use a can of my Keystone meats, and we're going to see how that tastes. I've done the ground beef, and it was great. Today, we're going to try the regular beef. Tomorrow, I don't want a lot of leftovers in the house because we're, leading into Thanksgiving, which we're celebrating on Friday. But so Tuesday, I'm going to make, just using 1 pound of ground venison, I believe, maybe ground beef, but I am going to make muffin-sized meatloaves topped with mashed potatoes. And then the leftovers will work out great for lunch the next day. So it should make 4 or 5. So I think that'll be fun and something I haven't done before. And so that's going to be on the menu for Tuesday. And I'll have some green beans with it, and from that I've canned, because I canned a lot of green beans this year. Our garden was producing green beans like anything. Then Wednesday, my daughter's coming, day before Thanksgiving, but since we're not celebrating it until Friday, we're going to have a fun day Thursday. So Wednesday, the girls are going out to see Wicked. And before that, I got from Walmart, like one of their deli pizzas. They're like $8 and under $8. And that will serve all of us and have some leftovers then if someone wants to grab a late night snack. So that is going to be easy peasy. I work that day. Natasha works that day, then it's drive-in here. And then there's going to be 3 of us that are going to go see Wicked. I'm excited for that. I haven't been to the theater in a long time. So I'm looking forward to popcorn and watching a movie and having a good time. Natasha already saw it and wants to see it again, so it must be pretty good. Thursday, it's football day. The Lions. So since we're not celebrating Thanksgiving that day, I can have that day to make my pies and do some of my prep work while we're watching football. Natasha's going to make a charcuterie board, and I'm going to do meatballs. I think I'm going to do the plum sauce meatballs. And if Jim wants some rice, I can cook that too. So that will be fun. And then Friday is our Thanksgiving celebration. And I do it very traditional. I roast the turkey. We have stuffing, homemade stuffing. I make it in the crock pot. I do have a video on that. And my family loves the stuffing. Even people, last year we celebrated at Ben and Kyla's house, and Kyla's family loved it, and they don't usually like stuffing. Of course, we're going to have real mashed potatoes and gravy, green bean casserole. We're going to have the squash that I froze, possibly corn, but probably don't need that. Pickles and olives, rolls, and then for desserts, we're doing raspberry cream pie, which is a family favorite. And then I'm going to do a homemade pumpkin pie from the pumpkin I froze. And then for like snacky food, anything that's left over from Thursday, plus I'm going to make, it's a hot bagel dip. It's an old recipe from back in the 80s I received. I used to do some home parties, and back when home parties were in the house, and it was for children's books, and one house I did it at, they had this dip, and Missy's sneezing, rolling on her back, happy as can be. But that dip was so good, and I remember it to this day. And that was before everything but the bagel seasoning was out, so I'm going to add that to the recipe because that's perfect to go on this. So that is the menu for Friday. And then Saturday, well, that's leftover day. I don't know if that's what you do the day after. If someone wants a sandwich, they can have a sandwich. If they want just all the fixings, they can have that. And I already purchased some foil pans, and everyone will take home leftovers with them. So I don't get left with a ton. And then, of course, I keep the carcass, and I will make turkey broth for next year out of it. So that's the week. Then I'll start fresh with Sunday, which, depending on how much turkey we have left, might be something, a casserole or something, using that. Or I might have that later in the week if we're tired of turkey. But that's the menu for this week. It's using things that I have. Didn't have to buy very much. So I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Let me know what your family favorites are, or what your favorite is. My favorite part of Thanksgiving is the stuffing. I forgot we're having cranberry sauce too. Both, I bought some in the can, but then I made some too, so I'm excited for that. And it will be a good meal. And you know, the best part is just everyone will be together. And when you can have your kids and grandkids together, and if there's any neighbors that don't have a place to go, I always invite them. The more the merrier. So I hope you're going to have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and thank you so much for watching and for being here for all my videos. I truly appreciate it, and we'll see you next time at Pike Creek Farm.